Lord is there to bear your burdens. Hello there, this is Pastor Pete Pawelek. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of the Daily Devo. Don't forget, you can connect with me over at my website, pastorpete.org. You can sign up for the Daily Devo email, find all of these podcasts and many other resources there at pastorpete.org. Today I have been reflecting in Psalms 68, almost said 69, 68, verse 19, where it says, "Blessed be the Lord. Day after day, he bears our burdens." He bears our burdens. Have you ever had somebody bear a burden for you? Some common ways maybe this happens in your life, or you've experienced it in your life, is maybe you were sick, or everybody in your house was sick, or maybe you had just welcomed a new baby into the world, and some friends or some family members or some people at your church took time out of their day to make dinner for you and your family. They bared that burden, that simple burden, and they just said, "Hey, let us just take this off of you for a couple of days or a couple of weeks until you're back on your feet." Maybe it was somebody at work who took a project or a part of a project that was yours and said, "Hey, add that to my plate and let me help you get caught up. Let me help you with that thing." Maybe it was somebody in your small group who came over and helped you mow the grass when you had hurt your foot or your back was locked up or something like that. You know, this can happen in a lot of different ways. In fact, just recently, I had somebody tell me that somebody just randomly paid for their tank of gas. And she was telling me what a great blessing that was, because she was under some very heavy financial burden at that time and just saw it as a huge blessing that God put somebody right there behind her in line who knew nothing of the burden she was carrying, who just said, "Hey, that tank's on me." And she said what a blessing it was to have that burden bared by somebody else. Whatever it is, I think we've all at some point in our lives experienced somebody carrying a burden for us. And I just want to remind you that the Lord is there to bear our burdens. He says, "Cast your cares, cast your burdens, cast your fears, your anxieties on me. I will bear those with you. I won't leave you to handle them alone." Now, certainly we have to do our part. We don't just get off the hook. A lot of times the burden we're bearing is because of some sin in our life, or some mistake we've made, or some rebellion or disobedience. Not always, but many times that's a result of something we've done. And so we have to do our part to make it right. And the Lord uses us in that. But I just want to remind you today, if you're under a heavy load, if you're under a heavy burden, don't forget God is there. He's not leaving you to bear it alone. He's there to bear your burdens. Day after day, He bears our burdens. Praise the Lord for that. I hope you have an incredible day. I hope you have an incredible week. And I hope you just remember, God's there. He's walking with you no matter what you're going through today. Be blessed. Come over and visit me at pastorpete.org. And I can't wait to see you again tomorrow for the Daily Devo.